You spoke to me 2 years ago, and you changed my life. What's up, guys? So, I wanted to make another video for you. Today I brought in my good friend Nick Fitz. His little Instagram shit's gonna pop up somewhere there. But we wanted to talk to you guys about adapting to COVID and the entire COVID situation and all the shit that's been happening, because obviously business changes during a time like this. This is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this. So that being said, I'm just gonna open up the floor to him, kind of talk to him about how he's been adapting to COVID and everything that's been happening with his business. And
yeah, so I mean, one of the biggest things is, I know a lot of people are ready for everything to open back up and get back to normal, and don't get me wrong, like one of the things I miss most is like going out to dinner and hanging out with some friends and whatnot. But this has been an amazing time for me to focus and get more done in the last 3 months than I probably have in the last 2 years. And I consider myself a pretty disciplined and focused person. And I've even stretched myself and done things over this time and really taken advantage of not having like any distractions.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think with me, we were talking about it earlier, like I hate that I'm ADD as fuck, because like I see him on his Instagram, he's doing all this shit. And I am too, but when I get bored, it's almost like sometimes really hard to focus. So I feel a lot of people when it comes to that stuff. I mean, just naming off some of the stuff, what have you been doing?
So right as COVID was happening, I was in the middle of launching a supplement company. So we quickly pivoted into changing some of the products we had coming to the marketplace to immunity supplements, because obviously people want immunity supplements right now to keep their immune system strong during this time. So we did that. Also, because of everything going on in the supply chains. Manufacturing, everything was like really messed up, because a lot of like the bottles and the caps and stuff, those things come from China, so that was an issue. And then obviously every other supplement company out there is trying to do the same thing, so just the amount of purchase orders that were going in was just outrageous. So your production time, what used to be 3 weeks, was now 8 weeks long.
Yeah, I realized like it was just a weird thing, like how it started. Like I feel like now when things are opening back up, everyone's like chill, like everyone's cool. Like we're not even wearing masks. I remember when it started, this dude came, he had a mask, and he's like, "What's up, dude?" And like he was scared to like shake my hand.
Yeah, and honestly, like I don't know, the more and more like you see the data and the this and the that, like I don't know, just more and more of it makes me feel like it's not as intense as it was portrayed to be.
When you have smart ass people like Elon Musk too that are like just open back up, it's kind of like, yo, that's crazy. What do you think is gonna happen like within the next like month?
I really think, I think the one thing is there's gonna be a point, like, people didn't have income for like the last 2 months. Like a lot of people had no income. I think there's gonna become a point where, all those bills didn't go away. A lot of the credit card companies were allowing people to defer. A lot of, landlords were allowing people to make partial payments or defer their rent. But at some point, that stuff's going to be due. And if you were already living to paycheck or overspending and building up credit card debt, now you're even more behind, and you got to figure out a way to get out of it. So if your old job, your old source of income, even if you get it back, one, it's probably going to be different because your business got hit, so your salary might be cut, your hours might be cut, but you were barely getting by in that old perfect scenario, that old secured scenario. So you better figure out a way to make some more money.
Yeah, and I think that goes to like my next thing, because I know personally, we were talking about this earlier too, like the use of time during all this is like, when you don't have shit to do. Like before this, I was going out a lot, I was like hanging out with people a lot. During this little shit, like I was like, damn, I might as well use my time productively, regardless of how that is. So like I know with me personally, I started playing piano, I made some music.
Yeah.
Like, I was doing some stuff that was just kind of good for my soul, less for my bank account. But that's important.
That sounds good too. That's very important.
It's an important part of it, like just your overall happiness, especially during like a time like this.
Yeah.
But it's big. I kind of want to like talk about like people's use of time too, because like some people were there playing. I know fucking like my little brother. Shout out to my little brother. But like he just fucking played video games
Yeah, I know,
get a
like,
job, play video games.
Yeah, I know so many people. You see it on Instagram. Like, I mean, not everyone posts everything on Instagram, but you know, I know there's a lot of people that didn't take advantage of this time. Like I said in the beginning, like, I'm not even really ready for it to go back to normal. I mean, I want it to open up. The economy does need to open up, because that will be, there becomes a point where the effect on the economy is so great that, and most people can't see this, but that would end up causing more deaths in the long run than the COVID would, due to like homelessness and poverty and like all of these things. So, you know, looking at the 1,000-foot view of that, we do need to open back up, even, you know, on a minimal risk basis. But you know, the long-term effects of keeping the economy closed would be much worse than what COVID's doing right now. But getting back to it, it's just taking advantage of this time. Like, I was in the middle of launching a supplement company. I have all my other companies that are already there. And on top of it, I opened a financial firm because it's something I wanted to do for a long time. But a lot of the regulations by the federal and state government is you had to do these types of transactions in person with wet ink signatures. But due to COVID, and that basically would have shut down that entire industry, they adapted the laws and changed a lot of them to allow them to be done digitally. So we're on Zoom calls every day with clients and able to do that and build a financial firm literally from my home office nationwide. And actually, we even expanded into Canada. So, yeah.
That's big, dude. That's like, I was going to touch on that a little bit, because my biggest thing with the internet, and I think I talk about this a lot because the internet changed my life. I'm sure it changed
absolutely.
Your life. Shit, you can make money from your house now. If you
100%.
work hard enough, you sit on your computer enough, you kind of figure out a plan.
Dude, I haven't left my house except for to go get groceries and to like take a drive like once a week or once every other week, like to the beach, and just like take a cruise and come back in 3 months.
Yeah, it's nuts. So like, but here's the thing: it gives you access to the entire world of like everyone from your computer, which is nuts. So like, and that's why I tell everyone, like, yo, we live in a time of the internet. You can literally do everything from your house. Go and fucking do it. Don't sit there and do nothing. Like, as much as you want to. Because don't get me wrong, we all go through this. I'm sure he does too. Maybe not. He's kind of a superhuman. But like, I fuck off a lot of time. Like, I do. I get angry at myself. But even when I fuck off a lot of time, I still feel like I not work more, but like I'm more productive than 80 to 90% of people. And I think that's the difference, because if I'm more productive than 80 or 90% of people, and I waste that much time, people that are like Jeff Bezos probably on 100 all the time. People like that, like Gary Vee probably on 100 all the time, Kevin Hart.
Yeah, like you're always gonna have some of your moments, but like the people you mentioned, like even like Kevin Hart, like everyone sees him as just this comedian. That dude is badass. Yeah. That dude is so structured, so business minded. Like, if you actually listen to him on that side, when he talks about that side of his life, it's pretty amazing.
He's a fucking beast.
Like absolutely. Like he has some crazy golden nuggets that like mindset, positive. You watch like him, The Rock, all these guys. They're literally like traveling from one side of the world to another side of the world to shoot a movie, to get back on a plane and go to this event and that event and this, and they have such a crazy burning desire for what they want that literally nothing slows them down. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you too, like, so I get in trouble a lot on my, wherever this goes, YouTube, Instagram, but people get fucking mad at me because I always talk about like more not tangible things, like work hard, like be organized, like not like stuff that you can actually do or skills that you can actually learn.
Okay.
I mean, they are skills, but it's just weird to comprehend it like that. But people get really mad at me because it's true though. Like, that's the shit you need to win. But they're like, no, just tell me like what you actually have to do. So as far as like use of your time, what do you think people should have done? Like skills they should have learned?
You should have learned something during this time that can't be taken away from you. That's either a now industry or an industry that's starting to trend. Not trying to just watch Netflix or trying to figure out something that's dying.
What are like specific examples? So then people don't have to come at me and be like, oh, you don't teach us anything.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, if you have no money and you can get on eBay, fucking sell your shit. Sell the shit you don't use. Sell the shit your parents don't use. Sell the shit your grandma and grandpa don't use. Great way. Probably not Craigslist. Probably eBay because you're mailing stuff, right? No one wants to see you right now. can get involved in Amazon. There's like 3 different ways to do Amazon. You could drop ship, you could wholesale, you could start your own brand, all those things. Shoot, I opened a financial firm. I'm hiring agents all around the US and in Canada to work for me, literally from my computer at home, and they're working from their computers at their houses.
Sales, and that just goes to show, like, sales does not, when people think sales, they think, I know I personally thought it, you have to be here with a person, like talking to them to sell shit. You don't have to. There's sales on the phone, there's sales on the computer, sales on Zoom. Yeah. There's so many different avenues to sales. So like sales is something that's never gonna go away. It's been here since the beginning of time. I guarantee people like 2,000 years ago use sales somehow. Some people, I don't know, they were selling rocks or some shit, whatever. There
was always like a barter. There's always a trade for something. Back then it was, I don't know, acorns for sticks or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Like I'll give you this cow for that tree. Or So sales has always been a thing throughout history. It will always will be. Even now, it just changes the way the way it's conducted, but it's always going to be a thing. So definitely like another one, learning
sales. Because no, that's exactly, I mean, the job that I'm hiring people for, it's sales. I mean, they have to get all these licenses and all this stuff, but it's sales at the end of the day.
Learning, I guess, just business, like how business works. People don't know how money works. People don't know how business works.
All of these skills, like for instance, like, do you even know how to open an LLC? Do you know how to do your taxes? Do you know how to write off things so you don't pay a shitload of money in taxes? Because everyone else that's savvy isn't paying it, so why would you, right? How to control your money, how to, okay, you want to launch a brand? Here's the biggest secret when launching a brand and having a product that has inventory: forecasting. If you're not forecasting, you're going to run out of money most likely, and then your brand's going to die. You always see these people get on Shark Tank. Their biggest issue is that they can't fill the purchase orders that they have because they weren't forecasting the growth of their brand. So they didn't either raise or have enough money when they originally started.
Right. And like, I think that's why I like having you here as my friend. You kind of fill all the gaps that I'm bad at. Like, I'm good at more like creative endeavors, like marketing. Marketing itself is something that you can learn as well, because I see so many people that are like, hey, check out this idea, and I'm like, cool, like what's your marketing idea for it? And they'll tell me it's the worst shit ever.
Yeah, that's why I hire people like you to do that for me.
It's the worst shit ever. Yeah,
like, I get the numbers, I get the logistics, I can get the products made, I can get them manufactured, get them here, like get past all the certifications, keep up with the cash flow, like all of that. But I don't have a general marketing brain, but I wouldn't consider myself like the expert at certain parts of that.
Like coming up with, because it's just about getting a message across in a creative way. So I think there's something for everyone. If you're someone that's like very analytical, precise, like almost like surgical, I feel like stuff that he does would be really good. Like I know with Amazon dropshipping, it's literally, there's a formula. You can literally do this and that. Yeah,
and like you said earlier, like you said, a lot of people get on here and they're like, Rene, what steps do I need to take to like make money? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like this checklist makes me money. We could give you a checklist, but then you're handicapped by what we taught you because you haven't figured out how to learn anything on your own. And things change all the time. Amazon changes every day, and as many millions of dollars that I've sold on Amazon, they still fuck me all the time, and I have to battle with them with their own rules that I know better than most of the people I get on the phone with at their customer service. So you need to learn how to expand. My best students that I've taught in e-commerce, they took what I gave them and then they even developed things and taught me some things along the way. Because they were curious, they were always advancing. They weren't just like, oh, this is how you sell an item, and they stuck with it for forever, because eventually the marketplace is going to evolve, and if you don't evolve with it, then you're going to die.
And no, so going back on that, because he did the Amazon, I do Facebook. Facebook changes all the fucking time too.
Yep.
Every time something happens, they'll make a new rule or a new thing, and the space will change so much. So it's like, there's no one way. I can give you like a framework that you can use to start and learn on your own, but there's no fucking, hey, it's easy as click these 6 buttons and you're rich. Like it's not.
Well, plus, like you still have to have the mindset. You still have to know why you're doing this. So on the days that you don't want to do this, you still get up and do it, because you still have to, whether we gave you the checklist or you built your own and you were expanding on it like you're supposed to, you still got to have the mental fortitude to push through that shit every day to create consistency and create growth. So even if we gave you the perfect formula that you're going to be a fucking millionaire in 365 days from now, guarantee you're probably going to quit if you don't have the rest of the stuff in order.
Yeah, and stuff, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, I think that's why there's a mutual respect with, like, people that have done stuff, because, like, they kind of know that they've done shit, and you're kind of like, okay, so he gets it. Because that's with me, when people are like, hey, bro, I just want to learn. It's kind of like, cool, like, I could teach you a little bit. I could put you on the right path. But if you don't learn, shit, there's nothing I can do no matter what I tell you, nothing is going to change.
So, also, like, and I've never said this, and I haven't had an opportunity to either, I also took the biggest financial hit on one of the industries I'm involved in of my life that I hope I never take a hit that big ever again because of COVID. So one industry that I was involved in just basically got kicked right in the face. And then obviously e-commerce has done pretty well. But like I said earlier, Amazon even, we're selling on their platform, and it's a great tool and it's a great resource, but we're subject to their rules. I have products right now I'm battling every day with because Amazon puts them live and then takes them down because some COVID related keyword is inside of it or some bullshit.
It's messed up. I literally have like 20 grand in one of his stores, and shit, I don't even know how that works because it's like a vitamin. But anyways, so I guess like going to like the last point, because we've been on this for like 15 minutes. People are not going to watch a 20-minute YouTube video. If you guys watch the entire video, respect to you, I love you. What do you think the rest of the year is going to be like? And what's your advice to people for the rest of the year?
I think that a lot of companies are going to open up partly, like, you know, they're not going to be as staffed because these businesses took such a big hit. They got to recover somehow. You know, yeah, there was some stimulus and whatnot, but not everybody got it. Not everyone got what they needed out of it. And that money's still going to be due eventually. I don't care what anybody says. So that's going to be a big deal. So you need to make sure that you're getting your skills up that are of value so that you make sure you and your family are taken care of. Because if you're just having these mundane skills and this like what you consider job security, we all just got a slap in the face at what job security really is. It doesn't exist. Yeah. You need to be an asset to the marketplace and provide something of value, or you can easily be dropped like that.
Yeah, I think the cool part about entrepreneurship is it's like you determine like how much you're worth ultimately.
Yeah. And
you'll get feedback. You'll get feedback from the market, like, because when I say like, hey, know your worth, that doesn't mean go and charge, oh, it's $10,000 for an hour of my time. Like, no one's gonna fucking pay that unless you're like Bill Gates or some shit. And that's underpriced or Nick. But like, that's what I mean when I say like, no, like you set your own worth. Set it realistically. Like, set it at like, 'cause I used to charge like, I don't know, $50 an hour to do consulting. Then I realized, holy shit, I'm worth way more than that. So I changed 200. Someone paid 200. I was like, fuck it, 400. Someone paid 400. So it's
also off the results.
Yeah.
If I'm paying you $400 an hour and that's converting into $1,000 an hour worth the gain for me, right, I'll pay you $400 an hour all day.
All day, exactly. So that's what I mean. I think that kind of piggybacks off what he said. Like, learn a skill because it makes you valuable in the world, because not that many people have it. Like, at the end of the day, like, money is literally just value, and all value is something that's scarce and in demand.
Check this out. So my wife's in the entertainment world. She actually models all of this. That world is crushed by COVID. They're not filming movies. They're not doing photo shoots. Nothing. Mm-hmm. She was getting auditions for companies like MasterCard, and we were having to like film the inside of our house, let them know what type of camera equipment we have, get on Zoom calls with the directors and their film teams to see if it was possible to film what they wanted with our gear inside our house.
That's crazy.
Because they're not like filming new stuff on sets.
But they
had to adapt. Imagine the companies that aren't that big or that didn't care about social media and online marketing until COVID hit. Screwed.
Exactly.
Screwed.
So I guess to conclude everything, hopefully you guys got a lot from that. We just honestly been spitballing.
Yeah, they're really
But like we have these conversations. I wanted to kind of give you guys like an inside look at like what these conversations are like, because we talk like this all the time.
Yeah, we don't really talk about like nonsense really.
Yeah.
Like when we have conversations, like, and this is something too. Pay attention to the conversations you're having with the people around you. If every time you're having a conversation with somebody, it's just nonsense, like at least add a couple people into your life when you guys talk. It's about like high level things.
And here's the thing too. It doesn't have to start like that. But for something to because I've known you for like 2 years now. I met him at like a yacht party.
Yep.
It was 2018.
It's New Year's.
New Year's 2018. It was about to be 2019. We didn't start on like a business level.
No.
Like, people like, I know personally me, I don't know if you're like this, when people like, random people like, hey, we should do business. It sounds fucking weird.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like,
For sure.
But if you meet someone.
Unless you meet because of that.
Oh yeah.
That's a little different. But we met at a party, New Year's party.
Yeah, and then literally like, it just happened organically. We're like, hey, this guy likes business. He talks about business, and like, we just started talking more about business, and eventually, I think that's how we became friends. So
now we live in the same damn building.
Now we live in the same damn building. But yeah, guys. Hopefully, you took away a lot of stuff from that. I will, if you guys like this, I will make more stuff like this. I'll bring a bunch of badass people. Maybe we'll have Nick again.
Cool.
But yeah, peace out.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Gotcha.